Hey guys, this is Jeremy from 78 Productions, and I want to give you guys 3 tips to be able to have an article for your blog. So there's this idea out there that whether it's lack of creativity, inspiration, writer's block, whatever it is, that sometimes you're going to sit down to your blog and not have anything to write about. And I want to actually challenge that idea. So whether you're blogging once a week, every single day like we do here, that you actually should be able to have something to be able to blog about. So hopefully you've already decided, I have a niche that I want to be able to invest in. I know what this blog is about. I have a strategy set up. Whatever it is with that, so that you already have something set up, you know what you're writing about. Here at 78 Productions, we want to write about church tech. It's kind of broad, but at the same time, it's kind of focused in the content that we actually want to put out for you guys. And so this idea that we are always writing about church tech sometimes can seem like it gets stale, but in fact, it's actually pretty easy to be able to write different articles for you guys to be able to consume. And so some people have said that that is not possible to be able to always have an article. In fact, I find it's not so much that I don't have blog posts, but I need to have time to write the blog posts. And it's not a matter of I only have a couple of minutes every single day to write a blog post. One week last year, we actually took 40 hours to write 40 different blog articles, and I still had numerous different articles I could have written in that time period. And so this idea that we can keep adding articles, keep being able to invest in our blogs and to guest posting, whatever it is that we have for all these different things that we want to write about. And so this idea that we are able to do these 3 tips that I have for you guys are revolving around this concept that we are actually reading and consuming stuff more than we're actually putting out on our blog. And so if you'd spend an hour trying to be able to put a blog post together, maybe you should be spending 2 hours consuming other stuff. So the first tip I have for you guys is that you guys should be reading and listening to podcasts. So I actually have audiobooks that I listen to. I read constantly. I am listening to different podcasts out there. I love Michael Hyatt's. I love some youth ministry blog podcasts that are out there. And so all these different things I am just absolutely consuming and enjoying the different conversations, the point of views, the different aspects that I never would have considered to be able to come into this. And so whether it's you're reading Michael Hyatt's platform book that I just finished, or you're starting to get into something else, I would just challenge you guys, keep reading, keep investing in yourself, whether it's as a blogger, as a person, for your career, whatever it is, that you are actually consuming stuff as you are also writing for your blog. The second tip is to be able to engage in different websites. And so whether that's social media or other people's blogs in and of themselves, I would highly encourage you to go and find other people writing content. The difference between this and reading the different books out there is the books have maybe been published a year, 2 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever it is, that those have a life shelf out there. And so it's great knowledge to be able to have all this stuff. But at the same time, we also are reading the latest blog posts. And so we might be able to catch up on the latest trends with social media. Facebook changes this, Google Plus adds that, LinkedIn wants to be able to do this. All these different great things I know we talk about here. But what about for you? What is your topic that you're writing about with your blog? And so you're investing in yourself with other people's blogs, whether they're people that you are competing against, or whether they're people that you just absolutely trust and love reading on. So keep consuming, engage with them in the comments, be able to know what the latest and greatest stuff is. Maybe there's hot button issues that you want to talk about with politics, or some latest and greatest thing as far as a new technique to be able to do youth ministry with. Whatever it is, all these different things you can keep reading on. And then finally, have conversations with people, whether that's face-to-face over coffee. I've actually had a couple of those, whether it's a Google Plus community where you're intentionally engaging on a specific conversation. I would just love for you guys to have those conversations. I know me and Dustin Stout are always on Google Plus having a conversation about blogging or social media or this or that. Whatever it is, some kind of creative thought actually comes out of every single one of those conversations. I sat down for coffee with Ty Moore, who's actually part of our church tech community now. I'll put a link in the post. But there's Ty and me sat down and just talked about churches and how can they do websites better, how can they do security better, how can they do social media better. Actually came out with 4 different blog posts. So this idea of having all these different things, whether it's podcasts, books, blog articles, talking and conversations, that you are investing in yourself as much as you can so that you can then also have something to put into your blog. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. What do you guys do to have that inspiration to avoid writer's block and to be able to put out great content so that you keep engaging with your readers? So leave your comments below, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. We'll see you guys next week.